I didn't say anything. All right, good afternoon and welcome to the inaugural celebration of awarded faculty chairs. This is the first event of its kind in SCS. It builds on our past professorship celebrations that you may have attended in the past, but we wanted to take a fresh approach, one that honors not only our newest shareholders, that they're here, but one that recognizes also all SCS faculty who hold endowed chairs. So today we recognize 2 faculty members who have recently been appointed to endowed chairs, and we are especially pleased and grateful to have several of our chair donors with us this afternoon, which I'd like to take the time to acknowledge now. Roger Dannenberg, a faculty member in our computer science department, as well as a 2-time alumnus of the Mellon College of Science, endowed the Dannenberg Career Development Professorship, which we were awarded for the first time last year. Thank you, Roger. Yeah, over there. Thank you, Roger. Jason Hong, Professor Emeritus in HCII, and his wife, Shirley, endowed 2 career development chairs in SCS in honor of his past colleague, Robert Kraut, and right here, for some reason I don't have the right eyesight today, and Dan Sorek. The Robert Kraut Computer Science Career Development Professorship recognized Robert, the Herbert Simon Professor of Human-Computer Interaction in SCS and TAPR, who is here with us today. The second is the Daniel Sorek Computer Science Career Development Professorship, honors Dan Sorek, the Bull University Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering and Computer Science here in SCS. Both were awarded in 2020. Thank you, Jason and Shell. Also with us today is Jose Moura. I got the first name right. Just had a conversation about this. From the College of Engineering, who, along with his former PhD student and engineering alum, Alexander Kavčić, created the Kavčić-Moura endowments, which is an extraordinary gift that supports multiple chairs, including one that we'll celebrate today. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to recognize Michael Donohue, an SCS alum and member of our Dean's Advisory Board. He could not join us today, but generously established the Michael Donohue Chair, also being recognized today. Let's thank him, even though he's not here. It is now my pleasure to introduce Carnegie Mellon's 10th president, Farnam Jahanian.
Well, first of all, thank you, Marshall, for your comments, and also thank you for your leadership, Marshall. Thank you for everything that you do for SCS and for Carnegie Mellon. So happy to be with you this afternoon. I want to make a confession that I was supposed to be traveling. When my plans got canceled, I decided to crash your party because I knew that Marshall would be serving wine. But more seriously, it's good to be with you. And in fact, I was kind of sorry at the beginning that I realized that I was going to be in DC. So when my plans changed, I happily came to come and visit with you. You know, my tenure is in this college, and Marshall, for the first time, didn't remind me publicly that my tenure is here, since he's officially my boss as well. Really happy to be with you to honor 2 of our newest faculty who are going to be recognized with endowed professorships. Of course, happy to have Jim Garrett, my co-conspirator, here with me, and Jim is going to make a few comments as well in a moment. Of course, in addition to my duties as university president, I serve as a SCS faculty, and coming here and being with you to celebrate accomplishments of our colleagues in SCS with our faculty and staff is always fun. Congratulations to 2 honorees today, especially Carolyn Rosé, of course, and Professor Jun-Yan Zhu, and I know we're going to hear a lot more about their exceptional leadership. In fact, it goes without saying that the exceptional talent here in computer science and computer engineering, Jose, as well, both, really represent what's truly remarkable about Carnegie Mellon. If you think about over the past 5 decades, CMU has been synonymous with exceptional research, innovation, impact on society in computer science, research and education. As someone who came here about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I say this with a great deal of pride, recognizing that we're really talking about a 50, 60 plus years history of computer science, plus I should say, at CMU. But Carnegie Mellon really defined and shaped the discipline and pioneered revolutionary breakthroughs at the intersection of technology and society. Satya and I were just talking about the impact of AFS, how he has moved and impacted so much that has come after that, that actually we've forgotten about the lineage, we've forgotten about to trace it back, that it actually started. And there's so many examples of these things, the influence of work that happened at Carnegie Mellon and the thought leadership of the exceptional faculty here in SCS and of course our ECE department that drove essentially not only the discipline, the impact of it, but also set the national agenda for the country and for society as a whole. Of course, these are the colleagues who are change makers, they're pioneers, who advanced the future of not only computer science, but also advanced the future of all of sciences. And as I, in fact, look around this room, and I apologize if I don't name check everybody, but when I look around this room and I see Raj, and I see Mary, and I see Satya, I see Jose, Robert, and many others, it's hard to overstate just how much Carnegie Mellon computer science and computer engineering have shaped and contributed over the years to our society, and how these contributions have amplified Carnegie Mellon's, of course, global reach and impact. And of course, our SCS community has a lot to be proud of because it has served as the intellectual fabric that has connected all other disciplines on our campus. Numerous alumni and supporters, and a number of them mentioned, of course, have recognized the world-changing importance of this work, and they have made decision to dedicate their philanthropic contributions to the School of Computer Science at Carnegie Mellon. They have invested in CMU's greatest assets, which is our people. And in addition to highlighting the achievements of our faculty, this celebration really underscores the lasting power of philanthropy, and it recognizes the donors who make that possible. I mean, we mentioned a few of them, of course. Jason and his wife are here, Jose is here, but countless others have really contributed to supporting our priorities at Carnegie Mellon. I just want to share one data point with you, that over the campaign, which by the way, we're going to celebrate the end of our campaign in about a week or 10 days, we have raised more than $200 million for professorships, endowed professorships during the current campaign, which is an important priority for the university. As Marshall mentioned, we're fortunate to have been joined by several of our chair donors. Each of these donors recognize and supporters recognize that endowed professorships are the gold standard for recruiting and retaining the best and the brightest faculty. And of course, I'm grateful to the supporters, Roger Dannenberg, Jason Hong, Shelley Zhang, and Jose Moura. I should say that I think in this room I've known Roger Dannenberg longest, which may surprise you because we have a connection that goes back to the days where I was at IBM Research, and Roger was good friends when he was doing his amazing research in computer music with my friends over at IBM Research, and that's how I got to know him. I bet most people didn't know this, Roger, that you and I have known each other for a good 40 plus years, probably 30 or 40 years. But anyway, grateful to Roger, Jason, Shelley, and Jose for your support and contributions. I should add before I wrap up that although this event is about celebrating endowed professorships and acknowledging the generosity of our supporters and community members who've given to endowed professorships, Marshall wanted me to remind everybody that there are many in this room who have generously contributed to other priorities at CMU, which are just as important, and we're grateful to everyone who has been supporting the priorities of SCS and Carnegie Mellon. Would you please join me giving a round of applause for everybody who supports, and we're grateful to them for all of that. Well, as I wrap up, you'll be hearing more about today's honorees and their reputation for research and teaching excellence, as well as the accomplishments of our world-leading endowed chairs at the Computer Science School here, of course. Carolyn and Jun-Yan, our Carnegie Mellon community is thrilled to celebrate your contributions and your success. Your talent enriches our university, advances the field of computing, of course, and inspires our alumni and others to invest in you and in Carnegie Mellon. And to everybody else who's here, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Happy to spend the last few minutes with you sharing my thoughts. But more importantly, I'm going to turn it over to our fabulous provost to take over. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Farnham. You so often thank everybody else for their leadership. I think I've seen your job up close and personal. It's not an easy job, and you do it with great aplomb and great passion. So let's give Farnham a big round of applause. And I can say the same thing. I talk to Marshall on a pretty regular basis. His job is also not an easy one, but he does it. It's an outstanding job that he does. You're truly an exceptional leader of this amazing college. Let's give Marshall a big round. So, celebrating professorships, you probably heard me say this before because I do try to make every one of these possible professorship celebrations. They really are a special occasion in any faculty member's career, and it is special for me to come and enjoy this celebration with you all. It's one of the most meaningful and enjoyable things that I get to do in this role. It's to witness how faculty members are evolving and thriving during their careers here at Carnegie Mellon. And it makes my job very rewarding, and I'm honored to participate and be invited to participate in this celebration that recognizes today 2 distinguished colleagues. Endowed professorships are one of the highest academic honors that a faculty member can receive. They not only grant our recipients well-deserved recognition, but they also provide vital resources to expand their research and amplify its impact. At Carnegie Mellon, these professorships, they shine a light on the academic excellence and innovation, not just of our persons being recognized today, but on everybody, on the university, on the college, and on your individual departments. They're not just titles, they're powerful catalysts to propel our faculty in this college and the entire university to new heights of achievement and discovery. When a faculty member is appointed to a chair, they're not just taking on a new title, they're entering into a distinguished lineage. I think Farnham made a really good point about that. There are a lot of folks here in the room that have chairs or may have held the chair that you're now going to occupy. So, for example, today we want to take a moment and recognize a few of these individuals whose careers in the School of Computer Science have been shaped by the sustained support of an endowed chair. First is Mary Shaw. Where's Mary? I just saw her. There she is. She's hiding behind Farnham. Mary's chair dates back to 1995 and Mary has been a foundational pillar of computer science for decades, with a profound impact on software engineering and the legacy of this college. Mahadev Satyanarayanan, I'm sorry, Satya, known as Satya. Everybody calls him Satya, who's held his chair for more than 2 decades, and his pioneering work in mobile and pervasive computing computing on the edge, has shaped how the world connects. And last but certainly not least, Raj Reddy, a Turing Award winner and a pioneer in AI who has held his chair since 2005, continuing to inspire and lead research that is defining the next era of intelligent systems. Let's give Raj a big round of applause. All three of these professors exemplify the excellence that an endowed chair nurtures, and we are certainly proud to recognize them as well at this celebration. And so please once again join me in a round of applause for Maria, Satya, and Raj, who have joined us today. And so today's recipients, Carolyn and Jun-Yan, I offer my most sincere congratulations on this significant milestone in your careers. You each embody the spirit of excellence that drives and defines our institution, certainly this college, and your individual departments as well. And so we're immensely proud of you and very pleased to be honoring you today. So to move the celebration onward, I'm happy to invite Marshall back to the podium to continue our program. Marshall.
Thank you, Farnham and Jim, for your remarks, for your leadership, and for being here with us today to celebrate. It's now my pleasure to move our program to recognizing our newest chairholder, Carolyn Rosé and Jun-Yan Zhu. We'll begin with Carolyn, a recipient of the Kavčić-Moura Professorship in Computational Science. Carolyn?
Okay. My journey as a researcher began 36 years ago in the sophomore year of my undergraduate education. I began doing undergraduate research in educational technology and computational neuroscience. And these two projects provided a foundation for a lifelong passion to use artificial intelligence to positively impact society, especially the critical area of education. After nearly 4 decades of watching the field of artificial intelligence advance through trends that have come and gone, what really excites me from a scientific perspective is digging into the deep underlying reasons for enduring AI limitations and capabilities, bringing these to light and pushing on boundaries in new ways. Recently, I'm especially interested in the complementarity between the unique strengths of humans and AI agents and searching for a powerful synergy that maximizes benefit, especially impact on human learning. So I'm grateful for this award because it creates resources to support PhD research that's not subject to the shifting winds of external research funding, and thus offers additional flexibility in forming a research vision collaboratively with PhD students. This year, the funds from my endowed chair are supporting a new hand-picked PhD student, Nachiket Katawar, with technical expertise in models of code and neurosymbolic reasoning, as well as a wealth of experience applying his technical work to innovative educational interventions. So going forward, the funds from this chair will support sustained work in the broad area of human-AI collaboration with intended applications in AI-enhanced collaborative sense-making and problem solving in STEM, especially data science, programming, cybersecurity, chemistry, and math. My dad always said, education is what makes people free, and his contagious love for learning has driven me to embrace this life of a researcher and never look back. I am honored to be awarded a chair named for Alexander Kavčić in light of his foundation's work in Serbia to provide free textbooks for schools, and Jose Moura, who has partnered with him and others to invest in data science education, especially at Carnegie Mellon, and who is also a faculty member here. I thank them for investing in me. I want to acknowledge that both of my first research endeavors mentioned earlier involved collaborative work with my life partner, Eric Rosé, who is here today, and who has been the most consistent and ardent supporter of my career journey throughout these 36 years. I wouldn't be here today without that support. Additionally, it would have been a really lonely road without colleagues of kindred spirit whose examples have inspired me and whose camaraderie has cheered me on as we've walked our sometimes daunting respective career paths together. Thanks especially to Jill Lehman, Anita Woolley, and Sandra Katz, who are here today. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Jun-Yan Zhu to the podium to share remarks on the Michael B. Donohue Career Development Professorship Chair he received.
Okay, so, dear President Jun-Yan, Provost Garrett, Dean Bear, colleagues, friends, and family, it's a tremendous honor to be here, and I'm deeply grateful to receive the Michael B. Donohue Assistant Professorship of Computer Science and Robotics. My sincere thanks go to Michael for making this possible and for his generous support. He is not here today, but I spoke to Michael last month during his very busy CMU startup week visit. He was very excited about our work and give me a lot of advice, good advice on research, technology, and entrepreneurship. This professorship is an incredible gift for our team at Generative Intelligence Lab at CMU. We are actually one of the first generative AI lab. We formed the lab, named the lab around 2020, before actually the generative AI happened. It allows us to pursue research into human-centric generative models. Our goal is to empower human creators with these generative models while ensuring they retain the control, ownership, copyright of their work. So we work on a lot on copyright stuff. And our lab's goal is to bring the generative AI from digital world to like a physical world, so we can actually generate real objects can be manufactured with robotics methods. Of course, I'm very grateful for my mentors, my PhD advisor, Alex Efros, who was also a faculty at CMU a long time ago, my postdoc advisor, Bill Freeman, Josh Tenable, and Antonio Taraba. I'm also very lucky to have colleagues who challenge and support me here. And to my students, your curiosity and drive, constant inspiration, and the reason why I love this job. Finally, to my family, my wife Ija, and my parents, thank you for your support. Ija is pretty late in her pregnancy, so she cannot be here. But she is a huge inspiration for me. I think 3 years ago, she asked me to build a 6,000-piece Lego stadium, like a football stadium for her favorite team, FC Barcelona. If you can, maybe if you work on it full-time, it might take you a week, but it took me 3 years. But along the way, it actually led to our first AI paper on generating Lego designs from text we just presented at ICCV this week. So thank you, Ija, for all the help and support. And now I'd like to invite Marshall back to the podium. Yeah.
So I've listened to many speeches by Farnham, and I've always wanted to say this. Folks, I'm going to go off script. Did I do this well? I'm going to go off script because Jun-Yan is very modest, and he mentioned that paper at ICCV. ICCV is the biggest computer vision conference. And he mentioned that paper at ICCV. What happens at that conference is that the most prestigious award in that field is being presented, the Mars Prize. The Mars Prize is awarded to the best paper out of over 10,000 papers submitted this year, 11,239 to be precise. And I'm proud to report that Jun-Yan and colleague Chen-Yun Liu and Deva Ramanan, their student, won the Mars Prize this year. Now I'm going to go back on script. Thank you. Thank you, Jun-Yan, and thank you, Carolyn. Again, a special thanks for Farnham and Jim for being here with us today. To all of our faculty who hold endowed chairs, thank you for your outstanding work and for everything you do to advance SCS and Carnegie Mellon. To our donors, we are deeply grateful for your generosity and continued partnership in supporting our work. Finally, thank you everybody for joining us in this celebration. we invite you now to a reception just outside this room where food and drinks will be served. Thank you again and enjoy the rest of the evening.